One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booker bugging me. Just need a bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even be that, I don't want none of it. He's mad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that poppin' and shaking. Got is a lazy, my posse deep and I raiding. We act the fool for the paper, had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's, bitches guess over bait. Put the bread on me, bet on my bacon. Big and flat in the bacon, I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas, head back to my old ways. Cop a roof for all day. Look at me, baby. Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather kiss on my. I've been broke away longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take mama to the Marriott and took me so long to get it, gonna spread it out. Let them know all about me when I'm dead and gone. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. I'm gonna need all the fries.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Here's Corey Grant now to return. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here's Leonard Fournette, 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And this would have been returned to right around the 38-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Wentz now to throw. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Early down stuffs to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They'll begin the drive with a jive. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Man 5-7. 82.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Malik Jackson able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Shotgun now for Wentz. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taken from just outside the 30. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Here's Bortles to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Lucy.
Bortles on the give to Fournette. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 3rd down, Fournette. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's a give to Fournette. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And Lambo will put this one through, and the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
To throw, it's Wentz, eluding the pressure right. He hits his running back, Jay Ajayi. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the... So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Now a play play fake. Wentz going long here for Wallace. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
On play action, Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Back to the air on second down. Wentz. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Calais Campbell able to get him for a loss of about 3.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. Now a play fake here on first down. That's caught at the 2. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Dallas Goedert, his second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Bortles to throw on second down. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Lee's got it over the middle. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And out come the Eagles. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. On play action, it's Wentz. Got a man, it's Brashad Perriman. Brashad Perriman off to the races. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6.
Pardon me, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Shotgun now for Bortles. Caught, Safarian Jenkins, right side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Bortles. Gonna throw right side here, complete. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
They need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back with more after this.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain here down to the 22. Calais Campbell on the stop.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. And this a 39-yard attempt. And Elliott puts this one through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They begin with a run by Fournette. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Here we go.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And down he'll go at the 25. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. So we've reached half. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Play action. Now Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A very solid gain of 27. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dante Fowler in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Now Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the 1st down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense. I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now they'll throw it. Bortles dumps it off to Fournette. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Bortles going to try and throw on 3rd down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Cole. Bortles to Cole for the Jacksonville 1st.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down.
Bortles now on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lee. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
380.
From midfield, here's Bortles. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. Past the 20. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are back within a score. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the other. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because This game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
There's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Come on now. Let's go.
Now a play fake. Wentz out to his left. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. The Eagles on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And this stadium is abuzz after that one, understandably so. I cannot believe he hit that thing.
And you can't help but think back to Tom Dempsey. And his record stood for, what, 43 years until Matt Prater broke it? And now here's a new record. And I'm with you. I cannot believe that ball went through the posts.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Bortles now to throw. They go with the screen. It's Yeldon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
11B, 11B. Move.
Throwing is Bortles. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cole. Takes us up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier. The Jaguars on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. Bortles. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. And the Jaguars send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. A gain of 6 there on first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Working from the gun, Wentz. He's able to find Wallace, and he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Wentz now on 1st down. It's caught by Aguilar. And he lost the football. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Again, it's Wentz. An Eagle 1st down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. On play action, it's Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. On play action, Wentz. Flush to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Dante Fowler in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. The Jaguars getting set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12. Bortles now perfect since the 2nd half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Over the middle, complete. It's Cole. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, It's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Jaguars on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. Bortles to throw once more. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of wild double reverse or anything like that. But you do know that if anything does go haywire, you're still in control of this game.
I want a double reverse, don't you?
I'm just waiting for that day when we actually see something like that in this situation.
We'll see what happens here. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Right back to him on 1st down. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
This is Ajayi. Able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
And that's the big fella.